Social Selling Squad, what's up? I just wanted to record a quick video walking you through my three-step FEC framework to help you book calls from simple DM conversations. So, to not waste any time, the first thing you need to get clear on is your ideal client profile. I see a lot of service providers go way too broad with their targeting. For example, I target SMBs or I target B2B companies. There are so many companies that you don't even know where to start to look for them, right? What search terms are you going to use? B2B, SMB? It's way too broad. So niche down a little bit, at least focus on an industry like cybersecurity, finance, right? Something like that. Ideally, even more niche like accountancy firms, bookkeeping firms, stuff like that. Anyway, when you know who to target, it's time to find them. And the most low hanging fruit people to talk to are the ones that engage with your content and with your profile. And it still amazes me how few or how many service providers still don't do it. So, what you want to do is, of course, on LinkedIn, you want to post consistently. And what you will have then is that people engage with your post, so they like, they comment, they check out your profile, and maybe even follow you. And these are all triggers or invitations to start a conversation. So if someone engages with your content, what I like to do is reach out to them, and I will explain in the second step how I do that. Reach out to them, start a conversation, see if I can help them. Profile visitors, idem dito. People don't just check out your profile for no reason. You have first degree connections that are interested in what you do, but they just don't say it. So they hint at, hey, I'm interested in what you do. So profile visitors, definitely reach out to them. And then followers, if you post consistent content related to a specific topic, then people will start following you because they are interested in what you do, the value that you bring to the market. So definitely reach out to those people as well. So now that we know who we are reaching out to, where to find, it's time to engage in conversations. And most people feel really weird about this. And I understand it because what you see on LinkedIn is a lot of pitching and a lot of bad pitching. And it gives starting conversations a really bad rep. Because you start thinking like, oh, I don't want to come across as sleazy or salesy. What you have to do is just take the sale out of your intention and just focus on helping. And the way you help as a service provider is uncover a problem that you can solve and then offer your help. Because truth be told, we do our best help if we get paid well for it. You shouldn't be ashamed about that, right? We are not a charity organization. So we want to engage them in a conversation. The way I do it is I always thank them for their trigger, so for engaging with my content, my profile, for following me. And then what I want to do is set the frame. Setting the frame basically means that you decide the topic of the conversation. And you do that by asking questions. So I always, after I thank them, ask a question to get the conversation started. And I don't do it randomly. I'm not like, oh, hey, I saw you have a dog picture. What is your dog's name? That will totally get your friend zoned, and your ability to turn that into a sale is zero to none. So don't do it, right? Be a little bit more strategic with the question. I like to ask something that is already related to my business, but I don't say, hey, how's your DM strategy going or outreach going? Do you already do it? I think that's a little bit too direct at the beginning. But here I would ask something because I post about DM strategies. I would ask something like, hey, what in the post resonated? Then I'm already talking about a topic related to my business. So that's a cheeky way. What you want to do then is within a few messages, move to something that I call the leading question or the assist. And the assist makes it very natural to transition to business. So it's really strange to have a little back and forth about, hey, what in my content resonated? And then all of a sudden, like, how many calls do you book right now? How many calls do you want to be booking? Right? Someone would say, well, that's odd. But if I say, hey, I see that you're posting content, are you building a personal brand for yourself? Or are you posting to generate leads? That is my leading question. Because from there, all of a sudden, it becomes really natural to say, hey, how many leads are you generating right now? Are you happy with that number? What do you feel is missing in your current lead generation approach? So that's a lead in question. It makes the transition to business natural, and you have to become really proficient at doing this because you don't want to come off as, oh, you just started a conversation because you want to sell something. From there, we transition to business. So that is just one question focused on their business. And then you start qualifying them. You start asking questions to cover if you can help them, if they are a good fit for what it is that you do. And here, the most important thing is to either identify the gap. So, where are they right now? Where do they want to get to? In my case, how many clients are you signing every month or every quarter? And where do you want that number to be? Right? That gives me a gap. And then I can ask, like, hey, why aren't you there yet? What do you feel is missing or broken? So, that is the qualification. Do they even want more leads and clients from LinkedIn? Do they want to use the DMs? And then from there, from the engagement phase, you've qualified them, you want to get into convert. And that doesn't mean that, you make a pitch and they're like, I want to give you my money right now. I wish things were that easy. But you want to get them on a call. So you've qualified them. You ask, hey, is this something you potentially want some help with, or helped this person very similar to you get this result in this time frame? Here's the case study. Do you want to see if we can do something similar for you? From there, you propose times. I always propose times. I hate calendar links because it adds friction to the process. Now someone needs to click it, leave the conversation that they are already in, enter their data in 3, 4, 5, 6, 15 fields, find the time. It's too time intensive. So I just propose two times. Hey, I can do Monday, 1 p.m. your time, Thursday, 4 p.m. your time. What works best? They would just say, yeah, let's do the Thursday one. I say, okay, cool. What's your email address? I will book it in to your calendar. They send me the email address. I book it in. And then it's time to exit the call because you don't want to continue the conversation until you have the call. Really awkward. So you say something like, hey, it was nice chatting. Speak to you Thursday. I'm gonna run some errands. Gonna hit the gym. I'm just gonna finish a few things up. I wanna finish work early today. So that is how you exit the conversation gracefully. So really quick recap. That's just three steps that you need to understand to consistently book calls from your DM conversations. You need to be able to find your ICP consistently, engage. You need to understand how to start a conversation in a natural way, but also the strategy that is behind that, because eventually you want to figure out if you can help them and if they are a good fit for what you do. From there, you want to propose a call and dial it in. If you want some help with this, drop a comment, connect with me on LinkedIn. And I'm here to help. See you in the next one.